of 6 regions. 6 regions. They have the first is the Malpighian body. The Malpighian body consists of the Bowman's capsule containing the glomerulus. The glomerulus is a network of capillaries. Look at it. This is the Malpighian body. It consists of the Bowman's capsule. Then inside the Bowman capsule is what we have, where we have the network of capillaries called the glomerulus. Sometimes in some diagram it's like thread or like sponge. This local sponge, just in that form. Then the next is the proximal tubule. The proximal tubule is markedly twisted on itself. That is, it is convolvulated. Then the descending loop of Helix, also the ascending loop of the loop of Henle. Then the distal convoluted loop, which is the second tubular part coiled on itself. The collecting duct formed by joining together of the tubule. Most of the glomeruli lie in the cortex, while most of the tubular parts of the nephron in the medulla part of the nephron lie in the medulla, which is arranged to form pyramids. It's arranged to form the pyramids, which in turn form a sac-like cavity called the pelvis, which leads into the ureter. You see, what happens in this analysis of the nephron is like a deeper thing compared to when we're talking about the structure of the kidney. What happens beyond the dissecting of the kidney? When you dissect the kidney, what you can see, the other structures of the cortex, the pyramid, the medulla, the pelvis, and the rest. So beyond that is the structure of the nephron. Now, I said nephron is the basic functional unit of the vertebrate kidney. So it's what happened in the nephron, that is the 6 regions of the nephron that I just described: the Malpighian body, the proximal tubule, the descending limb of Henle, the ascending limb of the loop of Henle, the distal convoluted tubule, and the collecting duct. Those are the 6 regions of the nephron. Then we talk about the process of urine formation. Process of urine formation is divided into 3: the ultrafiltration, the selective reabsorption, and secretion. Ultrafiltration, selective reabsorption, and secretion. So, talking about ultrafiltration, small molecules of glucose, amino acid, vitamins, waters, hormones, urea, and other nitrogenous compounds and mineral salts are filtered out of the blood plasma in the glomerulus. You know, when digestion happens, then we have our transport system occurring. That is, when your food is digested and broken down into the smallest units that your body can absorb it, then it is carried to where they are needed. So in those forms, those that are not useful for the body, so they are filtered out of the blood plasma in the glomerulus and produce a filtrate in the Bowman's capsule. You know, the Bowman's capsule is the one that carries the glomerulus. So there is a filtration of these small molecules of substances of food in the Bowman's capsule. Then it enters into the tubule of the nephron. The blood corpuscles and other colloidal substances like the plasma protein cannot filter through and therefore remain in the bloodstream. The blood corpuscles, that is the white blood cells and the red blood cells, and other colloidal substances like the plasma cannot filter through the glomerulus, so they remain in the bloodstream. That is selective reabsorption. Also, all useful substances such as glucose, water, amino acid, and salt, which are useful to the body, are removed from the filtrate. You know, I said they are seeds, something like that. They are filtrated out in the Bowman's capsule. But those ones that are useful, you know, the glucose, amino acid, and the likes, they are useful for the body. So they are removed from the filtrate and reabsorbed into the blood capillaries. Just like a sieving process. Maybe you are trying to separate some filtrate from the liquid. So like you are trying to refilter, something like that, like you are refiltrating a particular substance. It has been filtered out from the glomerulus, but then because they are useful for the body, they are reabsorbed into the blood capillary. This action occurs as the filtrate passes through the proximal convoluted tubule. So the reabsorption occurs when it passes through the proximal convoluted tubule and then the loop of Henle. As a result, the fluid becomes more concentrated. That is, it becomes hypertonic. That's selective reabsorption now. Selective reabsorption is a process of urine formation. That's the second process. Then the third process, which is secretion. Substances not required by the body are secreted out in the filtrate by cells in the nephron, such as potassium ions, hydrogen ion, ammonium ion. They occurring in the distal convoluted tubule. So they are secreted out into the filtrate by the cells in the nephron. Then most water is reabsorbed in these capillaries, and the resulting fluid is urine, which is more concentrated than before. So that's the secretion process. Also, the antidiuretic hormone, that's the ADH, controls water and urea reabsorption by the uriniferous tubule. Urine then passes through the collecting ducts into the ureter and to the bladder, where it is stored until it is periodically eliminated through the urethra. So the urine is stored in the bladder until it is eliminated through the urethra. Then the part where regulation occurs is mainly at the collecting duct and also at the distal convoluted tubule. The composition of urine, look at it. Water is about 90 to 95%, mineral salts about 2 to 3%. We have chloride, very few. That's why no percentage is allocated to you, because it's very, very low. Then sulfate and phosphate, same thing. Nitrogenous phase, about 2 to 3%. We have urea and uric acid too. No percentage is allocated to them. Excretion in plants. Plants have no specific excretory organs, and waste materials are disposed of by being stored in structures which are usually shed eventually. So the plants don't have specific excretory organ. You can't say, okay, this is a particular organ for excretion in plants, but they keep their waste products or waste material in structures that eventually fall off the plant. So that's a means of excretion in plants. Plant waste excretory products include water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, tannins, acid, resins, mucilage. You have latex, alkaloids, crystals of salts, oils. You have gum, anthocyanin, water vapor. So those are excretory products in plants. Water is eliminated by diffusing out of the stomata or lenticel and through transpiration. We have talked about transpiration before. So water is eliminated by diffusion through the stomata of the leaf and the lenticel of the cell, and also through transpiration. Also, carbon dioxide is eliminated by diffusion through the stomata and the lenticels. The tannins, mucilage, gum, crystal, anthocyanin, and alkaloids can be converted into insoluble compounds and deposited in dead tissues like the bark of the stem, the leaves, the petals, which are shed periodically during leaf fall. So this tannin, gum, mucilage, crystal, anthocyanin, alkaloids, and the rest are converted into insoluble substance. They are deposited in dead tissues. For instance, when after a while, plants will shed the leaf, we shed some bark, we shed one part, we shed a petal or flower or the other. So when a part of the plant is dead, so these excretory products are deposited in those dead tissues, so that when the plant part is shed off, the excretory product is also shed alongside with it. Then oils and resins are stored as harmless products in the cell cytoplasm, where they are kept from the system until they are removed. Then latex is stored in the tubular system in tissues and kept harmless until they ooze out of the plant when the part is damaged. So until the part is damaged, they keep them in a part of the plant that cannot harm the plant. So when such part is damaged, they ooze out, they come out from that opening. Then what are the economic importance of these excretive substances? Is it that they are just useless, like we have in animals? No. Excretory substances in plants are useful, and part of their usefulness is what we'll be discussing now. The first, cocaine. Cocaine is an excretory product in plants, and you find it in the leaves of cocoa plants of Bolivia and Peru. They are used as stimulants. Cocaine is used as stimulant. Then nicotine is also an excretory substance in tobacco leaf. They are also used as stimulants. Morphine, you find it in young fruits of opium poppy plants, and it is used as narcotics. Even though these products, these usefulness, they are restricted. The use of narcotics and stimulants, you should be very, very careful. In fact, some of them are illegal, but they are useful maybe medicinally or used in medicine to accomplish some purpose of health. So they are restricted uses of excretory products of plants. Then you have quinine. Quinine from neem tree, that is the dogoyaro tree, is used as anti-malaria drug. That's another usefulness. Then plant oil. We have several oils that are excretive products of plants. For instance, you have eucalyptus from the leaves of Eucalyptus camerulensis, or what you call eucalyptus tree. It imparts odors to flowers or leaves. Then ginger, interestingly, ginger is an excretive product. It's from the rhizome of the ginger plant. It's used as spices for beverages or even in your food. Then pepper from berries of pepper, they are used as spices too. Then turpentine is an oil substance from the top of pine trees, and they are also